First off, I want to apologize for the sweating. I have just come from the gym, a lot of cardio and all that sort of stuff. So, apologies, man. Yeah, but it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. I turned 40 on this very day. And I'm not sure what I wanted to title this video, but I've been doing a lot of contemplating before today. And I started to realize, well, I knew for a long time, but it really hammered home. I'm actually quite happy I'm 40 now. Now, maybe if I was like, let's say I was born 10 years earlier and I turned 40, like a decade ago, I probably would have been more sort of down and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I'm getting older, 40, you know. But the way the world has gone, I'm so happy I'm getting older. And I was telling this to my mum when she turned, she was 55, I think, or 57. I can't remember. But I was telling her on her birthday, she was a bit down. And I was like, you know what? The way the world is right now, you should be happy. You should be privileged that you lived in a world where we felt more free, where there was more excitement, more joy. So I just wanted to go through the things that, I don't know, that I've realized it's, it was better before than now. And the things I've realized now that I'm 40, you know. I've realized not to take people so seriously. And what I mean by that is, when you're at work and these people treat you a certain way and all this sort of stuff, and obviously you need to have, self-respect for yourself and stand up for yourself, but life comes and goes. Like, don't be frightened if you don't want to do something, let's say, if you want to go to an event and all that sort of stuff, don't be frightened to say no. And I'm still learning this myself. I'm still need to do this, but I'm a lot better at it. At just saying no. Sometimes it's very hard for certain people like myself to tell people no. You always want to please people, but at the same time, it's all about yourself, your life, and you need to put yourself first instead of always putting other people before yourself. Another thing that I've learned is we had it way better before in regards to, I know, the older generation always say their music was better, but now I hear a lot of non-coherent lyrics in hip-hop and stuff like this, reuse beats, and they were doing this back in my day, reusing old songs, but it seems like a lot of repetitive stuff. No one really stands out. Just music just doesn't feel the same. Going out doesn't feel the same. I did a video earlier about going clubbing. Clubbing used to be fun. It wasn't about being pretentious. It wasn't the snobbish kind of feeling that you get where people feel they're better than others. You've got to spend the most money. It wasn't really about that. Everyone was kind of like not broke, but not doing that great. But you just came there to have a good time. You actually dance in a club. Imagine that. Instead of posing, you actually dance and enjoy yourself. I remember being younger and being able to play out in the streets. My mum would let me go to the park and she'd be at home, and she wouldn't even think twice about it. Now you can't even do that. I remember I was getting older when I remember the doors being opened in houses. They just had the doors open. You didn't always need to close them. That's a thing in the past. There was in the community more of a neighborhood, and you get that some parts, but maybe in rural areas, countryside, I don't know, but that neighborhood feeling is gone. It's not the same. In regards to women, obviously I've got my partner now and all that, but women were so important back in the day for me. Everything I did was, a lot of the stuff I did when I was younger was targeted around women. And I realized, nothing wrong with women. I'm just saying that it's so low level stuff. And probably a lot of it was because I wasn't happy in my own self. So I did everything, to try and find women, but I wasn't complete in myself. So that's another thing there. Being able to make yourself happy instead of relying on others to make you happy. Now, I always knew this, but I was with people that didn't. So I had to tell them, like some old relationships where they wanted me to make them happy. I'm like, yeah, I get that. But at the same time, you've got to make yourself happy. You shouldn't have to rely on other people because you're always in need. That person controls your life. That person controls the way your day goes. Yeah. Also, if you wake up and you're really down about going to work, or Sunday, you just at 7 o'clock, you've got anxiety and stuff, probably want to find another job. if that's how you feel. I've had this in the past. You probably want to find another job. Look after your body. That's, I'm not a saint in regards to that. I drink and that kind of stuff, but looking after your body is, especially as you get older, is probably paramount. What else is there? Being okay to be alone and have your own company. That's important, especially when we went through the whole lockdown and that whole period. The people that did well were the people that were okay in their own presence. A lot of people suffered where they needed people. A lot of people suffered. A lot of people took their own lives, or I shouldn't say that, self-deleted because of YouTube. A lot of people self-deleted because of this. A lot of people got depressed because of this, So I really feel you need to be comfortable in your own skin, in your own time. And also, one thing I want to do now, and I did want to do before, but now it's really hammered home. I want to leave something behind. I want to leave a legacy. I'm thinking that way now. I want to do something that contributes to society in some way, form or fashion. I just don't want to be another blip on the radar, I actually want to do something. And I think people that do things that maybe do, drug dealing or, OnlyFans, or listen, this is up to you. You do your own thing, but I don't think everything's about money. I think, listen, you need to have decent, living requirements and money coming in, but it's not all about money. If you feel like you're in a low energy state, stuff's gonna haunt you. That's another thing I've learned. Things always have a way of catching up to you. Things that you've done early you didn't care about has a way of finding you, So yeah, those are some of the thoughts that I have going 40. It's not all bad, it's actually good. I'm so glad. And I feel like the world isn't as good as it used to be, isn't as nice as it used to be, isn't as happy as it used to be. Everything's expensive, there's a lot of cynicism, AIs, all this stuff. You can't even trust things now. You don't know if it's, see videos, you don't even know it's AI anymore. You just don't know what's what. I remember the good old days, man, where we didn't have mobiles. If you're out, you couldn't catch that person because there was only the house phone. I mean, things are good in regards to search for internet and stuff like this, but things were a lot simpler back in those days, Going blockbusters, renting out videos. Gaming was better. I thought gaming was a lot better. I don't know. I know if that's because I'm older, but it just feels like the game's now a bit more hollow, whereas the games before just seemed more enjoyable, more fun. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I can think of at this moment in time. But yeah, man, just don't embrace it. I used to be so angry about getting older. I embrace it now. To be honest, a lot of the time I didn't even care. Like, I was only yesterday, I kind of thought, yeah, I'm going to be 40 tomorrow, like that sort of thing. Even though I've been in reminiscent mood for the last week or so. Didn't really take it in. Birthdays are birthdays. It is what it is. In some cultures, they don't even see this. It's only in like Western cultures where they see it as, oh, you're getting older, oh, boo-hoo. In other cultures, they see this as wisdom. They see this as a rite of passage, That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I'd like to help people younger than me, give them advice, So yeah, that's it for me, people. What do you think? All my 40s and above, man. Shout out to you guys especially. Embrace it, Embrace getting older. Anyway, that's it. I'm gone, people. Peace.